Hey guys, and welcome back to Salon Pass. Today we're joined by Wesley Mohammed, a lifelong Barcelona fan and a great friend of the show, who's currently based in Cairo, Egypt. We're going to roll back the years and look at the most iconic moments that Lionel Messi has had in a Barcelona shirt. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. As probably a lifelong Barcelona fan, Wesley, how have you been dealing with the last few weeks? Along with the news of him leaving. He wasn't actually going to leave, right? He was going to sign a new contract, and then it was all set, and then kind of went down the hill, right? Yeah. Let's talk about like the timeline. Let's go through that timeline of what happened with Messi. So what actually transpired on the day that he was going to go sign the contract? Like, he was waiting for after the Copa, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like, I think that day I went on Twitter and Marca posted that report, and I was like, no, this is not true, man. This can't be true. I am not believing Marca. Okay. And then I just let my phone go. 4 hours, 3 hours pass, and then boom, the official statement drops. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What just happened? And then I think it took a day for all the events to like come out. So many reports, some were false, some were true. And then Laporta came out and told that I think it was the salary cap that didn't work out, and La Liga was blocking it. And on top of that, there was a whole battle between La Liga and Barcelona and Madrid over the amount that could be registered. And we were struggling to let go of players too. Like Griezmann was on, what was it, 800,000 or something a week? I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, his salary was huge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like most of Barcelona has been, over the past few years, they've been known to be a high wage playing club, right? So like, yeah, it was gonna be pretty tough to like, as soon as they put the salary cap, or like when they started reducing the salary cap, it was gonna get a bit tough, right? So
and it's hard too, because it's like players' contracts, though. It's like really hard to negotiate pay cuts easily, especially even the captains who wanted to do it. It still took time, and Laporte had a timeline of 2 weeks. Some people are saying, because we got rid of Griezmann now, Messi could have like made it in, but then that's still taking in 120 million worth of like his salary cap.
So that was like what I was gonna ask you next. Like you made all of these like departures like about 2 weeks after everyone left, after Messi left, and like now everyone's leaving. So like if that had happened before, but then now you say like, it's because that it's hard to like do these things, right? Over time, you can't really give wage reductions.
So it's easy to like send them on loan and sell them off, like usually, but it's harder when they don't want to leave, because like you're getting paid a lot of money. Why would you leave, to be honest? Like even like Umtiti's case, he doesn't really care if he doesn't play. He's like trying to convince the medical staff he's fit, which I would never believe. And on top of that, his salary is huge. So like those are the problems that they're having right now. Players like that don't want to leave, like Pjanic and him. They don't want to take any of the offers what the board are saying. But like I respect Griezmann for like, I had a feeling he might have wanted to stay, but he knew where the club was at with all the financial problems, and he was like, okay, well, the deal sounds good, man, just went with it. And I know everyone keeps saying this, Messi could have been signed, but I don't think it's as easy as everyone says it is.
Yeah.
Because even with all the sales, we still are in like a lot of debt. So it's still a big problem.
Yeah, it's not like an easy affair. Like there's a lot of background detail, behind the scenes stuff that happens. And it's not like, it wasn't going to be easy for him to get a new contract that was going to be like at least 75% below his current wages, right? So, like the man has a livelihood as well. So
yeah,
it's not good. He's not gonna like immediately agree to something like that's way below his current asking price, right?
And there was another argument that people were saying that he should play for free, and I was like, what?
No one's gonna play for free.
How could you ask? I mean, like realistically, someone who loves the club that much would like think about playing free, but it just doesn't add up. How could you make a professional who does this for his life and his like family play for free? Like, I don't understand how this works.
Yeah, it was gonna be basically the salary cap, and then he eventually couldn't sign on the day, right? And then, what do you think led him to go to PSG? Had they already made contact with him and made a deal, made a contract with him, personal terms and all that?
There was a lot of talk going on because like the deal really went through really fast. But then in my head, I was like adding it up. It's like Messi's available. Why wouldn't the deal go really fast?
Right? Like who wouldn't? Honestly, like this is someone who's gonna walk into a club and probably put them up like into a top 4 position in any league, right? And like, massively improve the club.
Yeah, and just imagine how nothing's like he's like looking at this and he's like, Messi is available right now. Like he's like getting everyone on the phone, like get that deal done. Like it was done in 4 days, I think, and then the pre-contract was signed, the details were like done, and the personal terms were agreed, just like that in like minutes. And I don't know why everyone is saying that his father took a deal earlier in January, and that he already knew the Barca deal wouldn't go through. And I was just like, what? He legit came to the stadium for his farewell and was bawling his eyes out. And everyone seems to believe that his father took a deal from PSG earlier. I just can't. That doesn't make any sense. And the fact that he was available in minutes, they just got their team ready and they got it done. Like just snap like that.
Yeah. I mean, did you see him going to a different club? Like, I know City were obviously interested. There were talks of like him going to Italy, but I don't know about that one. But eventually, why do you think like at the end of the day he chose PSG over a club like City, when like working with Pep was probably a huge incentive for him as well?
The thing is, I'm not really sure City really put an offer for him this time when he was available. To be honest, like I don't think anyone knew he was going to leave. And it takes time. Right. Usually for a player that is like big name, it takes time for like a deal to go to, like Mbappe, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
When the first bid went, it took like a month, I think, for the first bid to go through. So like deals in like this sort of range, it takes time. And also City just came out of signing Grealish. So I don't know. I'm being Pep. I think in an interview where Pep did, and he was surprised Messi was leaving Barcelona. So I think everyone was looking for a shock. Like, but I don't know. Maybe PSG were ready for it. I'm not sure, man. Because like the reports I saw on that Messi had, I don't know how true this is, but the reports I saw, one was from Spurs, which I don't know how true that is. But Atletico Madrid, maybe, because last year the president was like, who wouldn't want to sign Messi? And he also stated that because Suarez was here, he tried to make Messi come there. So maybe the Atletico Madrid deal did come through, and Messi was like, why would I play against my team? Like my home. And maybe, I don't know, man, the PSG deal, Neymar, Mbappe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of like, maybe also
things like he's always said he wanted another UCL. So
that's his best chance.
What better chance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what better chance, man? Yeah.
Also, I think PSG must have been ready, to some extent. They must have been They must have been monitoring the situation at least.
Yeah, because like there were always reports of. I used to laugh it off, but I just got slapped in the face. Like there were reports that like PSG were like waiting for any scenario to occur. So I just think that everything ready in case the Messi scenario did happen. And you could also tell, like for example, the airport was already ready for Messi's arrival. like a day after he announced that he was going to leave. Like, I mean, everything went through. So I was like, the small things that don't add up. But yeah, maybe they were like completely ready for this scenario to happen. And they were like, bam, okay, it's time to move.
All right, man. I think, that's a bit of like a tough topic to talk about. Especially after like the whole shock of it and all that. Let's talk about like the good things that Messi left behind. His impact at Barca and his most memorable moments. What do you think was one of his most iconic moments? When you think of him on the pitch, what do you think? Like, I know there's so many to choose from, but like, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Like for me, I'd say like an example would be for me, being a United fan. It's him like jumping over Rio to head a ball in the final of the 2005.
It was iconic, man. I can even like the celebration, picking up the shoe, kissing it.
Sorry, the 2009
so
final.
very.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. His shoe came off, right? And then he's.
Yeah, he just took it, kissed it, man. Yeah. Oh my god.
Even the goal he scored in the 2011 final against us was pretty good. Like he just hit it. Right up. He just whacked it without like any conviction. I just went in and I'm like, bruh.
The thing is, Anderson is an amazing keeper. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I don't think he saw that coming. Like that was just out of nowhere. He was just like, screw it, just smashed it, man. Man, those memories, bro. Okay, so my favorite goal, the thing that plays in my mind all time is the Madrid semi-final. Oh my god, that solo goal, man.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Is this the 2011 one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The semi-final, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, man. Like Busquets gave him the ball in the middle of which he just stood there. And he took the ball and beat like 5 players, man. it was nothing. He was so triggered because like he was getting his ankle beaten. He was getting thrown to the floor. They were kneeing him. They were doing everything. He's like, you know what? Step aside. I'm gonna do this myself.
Yeah, that was
like
pretty
the most playing in my head. What
else?
I mean,
a similar goal would be the Bilbao goal, right? In 2015 in the Copa del Rey final. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite goals ever as well, right? It's
dude, watching that, like from where he started, when he went to like the bottom right near the corner flag, I was like, okay, he's gonna cut in and cross this, and then he just kept going, and I was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going.
I was like, well, how are you gonna put it in? How are you gonna put it in? There's no way he's gonna put it in.
Like,
right?
Where's the angle? Then he cuts in and goes near post, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, I didn't think he scored. That was like one of the first few times that I thought he didn't score, and then like everyone's like, yeah, it's great. That won the Puskas, right? I think he won the Puskas.
Yeah, no. I don't think he has won the Puskas actually. No, sorry.
That one was the one that was. Probably not.
I don't think he's won the Puskas actually. I remember there was always a goal that beat him somehow.
Really?
That's what I remember.
Man, that's that one. I know that was nominated. I'm not sure if he won it though.
Yeah, that was. And the ESPN did like a documentary on how if he hit the ball like to the left, he would have missed by this much of an angle. Yeah, that was. I can't wait to watch a documentary on one goal, man.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's
what else is playing on my mind? I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm thinking about the Liverpool goal, but then I remember the second leg, and I'm like, oh no, pain. I'm thinking about that free kick, man. That free kick, bro. Oh my god.
Let's see. If you forget about the second leg, I think if you forget about the second leg, you'll
see a bit better. Yeah, man. It was just like puts the ball down and like everyone's dreaming, everyone's doing the drum roll, everyone's clapping. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to kneel down and pray. Okay? I'm just hoping something happens, man. And, oh, man, what a goal, man. What a goal, man. You
it's
know,
almost
the wall
like
jumps so high. And it's just,
yeah.
He's crazy, man. His ability with free kicks out of this world, man.
It's almost like you expect him to score. There's this sense of expectation that's there when he like places the ball on a free kick. Where it just, it's like you're like he's probably gonna score from this, and that's
and you know where that started from. That in 2014. Yeah. Okay, the season was like really bad. He was playing absolutely bad.
Yeah.
Okay, and this was because Messi was injured. Like I think he spent probably half the season injured. I remember like 4 or 5 months he was out.
Yeah, this is like when Neymar first joined and Atletico won the title.
When Neymar was first in the season.
Yeah.
And we were just relying on Messi free kicks. That was all we were relying on. Just hoping on Messi free kicks. I think that's when he started to just like get into the rhythm of free kicks. Before it was just like.
Yeah, I saw this thing where Dani Alves, I think, said that at the time it was just him and Xavi taking free kicks, and then they found out Messi is actually good at free kicks, right? And then like, and they were like, where has this been all this time? Yeah, man. Yeah, like it's not it only developed like towards his later 20s, I think. His free kick prowess.
I think Digne used to say that in practice he used to never like really practice free kicks. He used to just take them, like just for the sake of taking them. He used to just take them, and eventually I think recently was when he started to find his form, like the way he used to shoot it, the angle he steps on. Like. He used to stay like 2 steps from the ball. Now he angles himself to the right, or sometimes he chips the ball in like through like a curler. And I don't know, he's like practicing these new ways. Like I feel like it's him adapting the game now. He's like thinking, okay, I'm good at this. Let's just try to improve it so it can be helpful for the future. Because like obviously he's slowing down now, so he needs to find like better ways to be like a goal scoring machine. So
yeah, I think his adaptability towards the game as he got older is a bit underrated. I think like everyone thinks, okay, he's more of a goal scorer, but he's probably also the best creator in the league, right? And like in for the past few seasons, at least in the world, I guess.
He's like he's I don't know, man. He's a playmaker that can score. He's so good at playing. And like, Argentina's whole game plan was like, everyone run from the wings, get the fullbacks on the wings too, open up the space in the middle, and let Leo create. Because like they played him deep, like on cam, somewhere on CF to like that area, AF to CF, and he was just causing chaos, man. He was just passing the ball there. I know they missed like a million chances, but that I think that worked. That Copa America showed like how much of a playmaker he is, because that's when he was in his true sense of form. The whole playmaking thing. And it was nice to see, man.
No, I was gonna say, I think there probably we'll see him move further and further back towards the center line, and he's gonna be more of a creative midfielder soon than a winger or an attacking mid soon. Because like this Copa, I think I saw him tackle more, be more aggressive than any other tournament I've seen him play. And it's nice to see that he has that side of him in the game as well.
I just think like for his nation, man, he wanted it, man. He wanted it. After all the pain he went through, he did everything he could, man. He did
that's a good segue to like our next part. I think like, what do you think he means to Barcelona as a player? Do you think I would say like he's probably the greatest player that Barcelona have ever had. And
yep.
I'm guessing you would agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Compared to like the Ronaldinhos, the Rivaldos, even Cruyff.
Yeah. I mean, Cruyff had a managerial career, but like, you know, the thing with every other player was, you know, they had a phase in the club where they were like an icon. Like Ronaldinho had like what, 3 to 4 years in his prime with the club, and the same with everyone else. Rivaldo, Romario, they all had a small like phase where they became like icons of the club. Like I could even put Suarez into that picture where, you know, those first 3 years he was amazing. Yeah, 13. Yeah. So I think, was it 2008 November? I think when he got the number 10, or no, November, or when Ronaldinho left. Wait, that was like probably August when he was transferred out. And I think that was when Leo got the number. And then, I don't know, man. Every single Barca fan, man, woke up to watch this little kid play, man.
Yeah.
What a story, man! What a story! And you know, if you look up our attacking trios since then, it's just Messi keeps going, 2 players. Messi, 2 players. Messi, 2 players. Messi, 2 players.
Just
so,
I think
Henry,
he's also played at all 3 positions, right? In the forward line, or like whatever forward line you have.
Yeah. So
he's played as a center forward, false 9, even though it could be like the same thing, and on the wing, the left wing, anyway, I think.
And you know, during was it the Olympics? Maybe they used to play Aguero and him at striker, which was also pretty. Like he used to play striker. Like he used to be pretty decent there. That's where everyone got to a goal scoring sense out of him. But there is a cool fact though. Back in the day, there used to be an interview that someone did on him, and he was like, "What would you like?" They asked him, "What would you consider yourself?" And he said, "A playmaker, a creator." And for him to say that, like, as a developing like talent, and to go and score so many goals, man, it blows your mind, man. It blows your mind.
Oh yeah, man, that's crazy. I think. Do you think he'll come back to the club as a manager, or do you think he'll come back as a player?
Oh my god! Well, you've heard me. I've said it so many times. Okay, I said it so many times. I feel like he's gonna come back. Okay, when the club's at a good state. Maybe 2 years time. I'm telling you, he's not gonna take that extension option for PSG. He's gonna come home. Maybe, I don't know if because he said he wants to play till he's 40. So obviously things change. Like even next year, things could change. We don't know what's gonna happen, and I can't even like guarantee he's going to play till 40. I don't think even he can guarantee he's going to play till 40. So the thing is, I just hope he comes back, you know, for a year or 2, maybe. I don't know. When we're in a good state, a better team, who knows, a better manager by then. Yeah. And after that, I as a manager, the thing is, I don't really see him as a, like, you know, I don't think he'd be a manager, to be honest. I used to tell my friends back in the day that he might be good as an assistant.
Like, or a coach, like an attacking coach or something.
I'm feeling like he could be good with those, because but a manager, I'm on the fence there, because like even like take Maradona, for example. He was like terrible.
A terrible manager.
He was an amazing player. But the thing is, Messi's and Maradona's mindsets obviously are different. Like, you know, Maradona was like out there, and Messi's like a bit more, calm about things and everything.
It's not like he hasn't exhibited like the whole leadership capability, right? He's probably been a captain more than like he should have. I think like he has been a majority of his career. I think he's been leading the line, I think, at this point.
Yeah, That is true. And he has taken the captain, especially with Argentina.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I saw this thing where Martinez was like he'd die for him on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
And that just goes to show like how far his reach is on the pitch with the players, his impact. So yeah, there could be like a point where he could like jump into it. But let's see, man. Let's see. Hopefully he does. I wish he like keeps going, man, in this sport like forever, man. That's a boyhood wish. That's just it.
Yeah. It's almost like he could create this cult mentality within a club, right? And like
like
probably
like
yeah, exactly, right. He is like, even though he's not like, he's diminutive and he's like, shy, I guess, like for lack of better words.
Yeah,
he's kind of like the alpha of the pack, right? Like he's the guy who calls the shots, and even like behind the scenes, he's like the guy, right?
I think it's just mainly behind the scenes because like a lot of people talk about it, and obviously they talk about it if it's true, right? Like, it doesn't like someone.
There's some truth
like in Martinez, even. Yeah, there is. But like one thing I'd like to share is though in PSG, the thing I'm happy about is that the burden's not on him.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
like the times where he's like shined the most is when you just put him there to cause chaos and let everyone else handle the leadership. Like for example, Puyol, and now with Ramos obviously going to be like the leader of the team. That's how it's just going to go.
Yeah.
And in the forward line, there are other players that can do things by themselves. It's just not going to be Messi. Yeah, it's just he's always been the best when you just let him do his thing and build the team around him.
I think, let
him do his thing and build the team around him.
Yeah,
that is how it always works. Because like that's what even Pep did. And when Pep did, what did you like whenever Pep was asked like what were the things you tell Messi to do, and he'd just be like, I just tell him to be himself. So I think that's the best form right now.
Yeah. It's great. I think it's great for PSG that they managed to keep Mbappe. Like obviously, I don't think they needed the money. I don't think they needed the money at all for his from Madrid. So from like
I mean we saw this, man, with the Neymar deal like 2019, watching a little bit, man. Like it's golden prison, man. Golden prison. That's all I'm saying.
I think like they did pretty well to keep Mbappe, and like that forward line, I think this season is going to cause a lot of. I hope they all play together. Like I'm guessing they. I'm guessing they will.
Yeah, I hope it goes well. I hope it goes because like if you think about it, Messi and Neymar are sort of the same type of player. Like hold the ball, dribble around, pass it, and if Mbappe was taken from their lineup, you're taking the runner out and you're putting like a target man in Icardi or whoever that was going to take that position. So you need someone to run in so that they could distribute the ball to. Otherwise, it's just both of them holding the ball and passing it around. So
like
it's good that he stayed. It's good that he stayed.
You need a Suarez or like something, I guess.
Yeah, like if like even a little man who knows.
Yeah. That's a talk for a different day, I think. All right. So in terms of like the overall picture in like history, if you take the Maradonas, the Pelés, the Ronaldos, both the Ronaldos, and you take Messi, where would he rank? I know the answer from you is going to be.
Where would I rank Messi?
Where would you rank? No. Where would you rank the man you have a poster of on?
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of biased. Like, he's right there.
A backdrop on the wall. It's not even a poster. It's a whole. It's a wallpaper. Man, it's crazy. It's great. It's beautiful.
The whole thing, man.
Yeah, man, it's very nice.
Well, a lot of people agree with me because obviously he's like behind me on my walk. But I'm just saying, man. Okay, let's say Pele and Maradona. Like I have watched clips of Maradona play. I obviously none of us have personally seen him play, but I've heard like my dad speak about him and like my uncle speak about him, how he was like this great savior to football and all of that. And I feel like personally, that's how I feel Messi was to me. You know,
I
like
understand that. Yeah.
If I go down. And if I go down and tell my dad Maradona Messi, he'll be like Maradona. Like
yeah.
That's so like that's for me, man. It's Messi, man. Like
yeah.
Obviously, like I don't know, man. I die for the man.
All right, Martinez.
There's no denying like greatness, man. Like they were amazing players.
Yeah. I understand. I understand why people rate Messi as probably the best player of all time. Like,
yeah.
I would probably too, honestly speaking. Like, if I if I went to watch Messi play and I come back, I'm like, okay, that's probably the best player of all time. I've seen him play like once, but then it's If I was there,
was this at the MCG?
Yeah. Brazil versus Argentina. But like, if I actually witnessed him destroy United at Wembley, I would have like walked away. Like even watching it on TV and like rewatching the highlights and like going back to it, go back and think like, this guy really dismantled this team. Not just the 2011 one, the 2009 one as well, man. Like the team that like beat. It's crazy when you think about it. That like this goal scoring record is probably never gonna get broken. Like him, and I guess even Ronaldo's. But if you forget about the goals and you think about the impact player has had on a club and a fan base, I think. I think Messi would probably. Messi is pretty high up there, I guess.
Yeah, man. You know, when he left, man, it's like everyone thought someone died. Like a part of us died on that day, man. Like, waking up and not seeing Messi in the team. Like, it's just, man. It hits the most. It hits the most when you're watching Barca play now.
It's weird, isn't it?
Not there. Like it's
like,
in your head, you're like, okay, he's injured.
He's injured. He's injured on the bench.
Yeah,
no, he's not on the bench. Damn.
Oh man, that's it. We move, man. We move.
Yeah, I hope that we get to see someone at least come close to somewhat a semblance of like what his career has been in our lifetimes. I don't know if there's gonna be a player still. But
the thing is, like, we like Messi and Ronaldo, man, especially, like, I don't think we ever get any like that competition, man, since we were in school. I think we've just been spoiled, man. I don't think we're in the future, when even now, whenever someone comes through, it's like the next Ronaldo, the next Messi.
And I'm like, no, they're not.
No,
they're not.
Like, no, there's nothing that comes close, man. Like, so I think we were spoiled, man.
Yeah, man. I feel like by the time like this amount of time has passed and like people are talking about Messi the same, and like they're talking about Pele. I feel like they're gonna have him in a much higher regard, especially of his time at Barcelona, I think. How do you feel knowing that you've watched him play from like a very young age towards the twilight of his career? Like that's a good story to tell, right?
Yeah, man. Like, oh man, I don't know, man. So it's like the early days of watching Messi, man. We had like curfew to sleep at like 10ish
Yeah.
back at home. And my mom was like, go back to bed. But the games were like at 11:30, and I was like, no, I need to see him play. Yeah, I have.
And you can't watch all the games, right? You can't watch all the games.
Yeah,
because they only show the ones that are either on the local channels, and then we got Star Sports, I think, eventually when Dialogue POTV came.
And for the Champions League, it was streaming back then, man. Like
it was
streaming the Champions League.
It was streaming. What I did was, so the Champions League has this official podcast, like a radio, right? I listened to the radio. Like I used to go online and I listened to the voice commentary because like I couldn't find a stream, right, back in the day. Like with like my with my tiny phone, I just go look up the radio and like play it on the radio.
That's commitment, man.
That's good. And I was like, okay, this is fine. So most of my memories, like from the Champions League, are through the official UEFA radio, and yeah. And I'm like, I watched towards like the first bit, like towards like 2010, 11, and like those few seasons. So I'd be like, I'd listen to the radio, and then like the next morning I'd watch the highlights or something. Like, okay, this is how it went. Okay.
You paint the picture and you like live it the next day.
Exactly, man. That's like, that's that's probably how our dads felt.
Wow, man. Like, like my dad used to not like let me watch matches in the night sometimes because like, school, exams, blah, 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 whatever. And there was this one memory that just came into my mind was, I think, 2012 when Barca were down by like 3 goals against AC Milan.
And I know that, that was one of the few ones I watched live back then.
Oh, man. My dad was like, no, you're going to sleep. You can't watch this game, okay? And I was like, no, I believe they're going to come back. I need to see this game. And my dad put it on, okay? And I think he knew I was like hiding in the hall, trying to take a glimpse of what was happening. And I like peeked through the door frame and I could see it happen. And I saw that first curl that Messi hit through a small door frame. And I was like trying to scream so I wouldn't get caught. And oh my God, man, that's like one of the best memories I have watching that comeback.
The sun kit, right? Gold and orange and yellow. The yellow and orange kit, right?
Sorry?
The yellow and orange kit, right?
No, so that was the one. That was the game. That was the away game which we lost.
That was the away game which they lost, and then they came back in the next game, right? Okay. I know.
That's Dude,
and then they came back
against. What a game! Those two colors.
Even the PSG game after that, the quarterfinals. Was it the one where Pedro went like he did the celebration after he scored. That I remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that, man. That was also really nice. Man, that season was so up and down.
And then, you all met Bayern, and then...
Oh, okay. Wait.
Probably...
We don't go...
That was Pep's last season, right?
No, or had he left? The season before was Pep's last season.
Okay, that was
the season before.
That was when Tito was coach.
Yeah, and that was when he was in hospital because he had cancer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's why we were. Yeah, that's why we were. I think it was the assistant manager that was coaching the team at that moment. So and Messi just came out of injury, and it was just not meant to be. Man, it's got absolutely destroyed. And I hate Bayern, so just move.
That was the time. Yeah, let's forget about that. Good times only, I think. But yeah, that was a bald PK. Before the match, he's like, we're not making mistakes. PK, no mistakes from us, and then hammers it in the back of the net.
Oh my God, you won't go. That was something. That was something.
Yeah, it's
what do, man? What do you think is gonna happen with the with the Bayern match?
I don't think it'll be as crazy as people think it'll be.
Yeah,
I think Barca have a decent team. I don't think they'll get hammered. They might even win a game.
No, bro, I ain't going there, bro.
I think you're definitely gonna finish second in the group.
I'm like, second, man. Second. That's I like. No way we're topping Bayern, but second. just second, man. So, and top of that, man, like everything seems more steady than that time when they got trashed. So hopefully, fingers crossed, things go well.
I mean, you definitely have a coach that's more defensively minded and like knows how to coach a proper defense, or at least like on paper.
And the main thing is like compared to Setien, he hasn't lost the dressing room. So
I see what you mean.
Yeah. That's there, and also we're probably just gonna park the bus. So
all right, man. I think that probably brings us to the end of the Messi conversation. That was great. I think that was like we went pretty personal and deep into the memory bank as well. So got some good stuff out of that. Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing your memories. All right, I think we've got time for the offside segment. So we're gonna talk about Donda, the new Kanye West album. So we both listened to it, right?
Yeah.
And I had my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Just go off. What were your reactions?
My thoughts aren't going to be as long as yours, because like
no. Yeah, don't worry about that.
I really like the whole gospel thing, man. Like what he was doing, he did that with his sample album, the one that came, I think, before this.
Jesus was King, yeah. The blue one.
He did, like he was playing with that, like those kind of things, and this time he showed it, and that.
Perfect. So Heaven and Hell. Yeah, that's good too.
Yep. What do you think about Heaven and Hell?
Heaven and Hell was good. There are so many. I mean, personally, I think there are more songs that I like from the album. Was Heaven and Hell when the album switched? Like, was that the second side of the tape?
I think that was just like they switched it up.
Because I feel like it ended with Moon. Oh, it was probably the last one. It was, I mean, it was probably the last one of the first side, and then again with Donda, right? I'm not.
It's right after
when
Moon.
the two. Yeah.
It's right after Moon.
Yeah, it's after Moon. I'm not too sure when like the flip happens because there's no like side A, side B designated on the actual album, right? So. Yeah, I think
whenever people like ask me how the album was, I was just like, just sit through it. It's just like an experience, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even feel the time going, man. It's so good to listen to.
I think I was like, it was definitely a much better album than like the ones he had put out before, like since Pablo, maybe even like including Pablo. This definitely felt like a collection, like a proper album where like even though like some of the songs were like definitely it lacked a bit of like proper production, it definitely felt like it.
That's true.
He sat down and like
you could tell. You could tell it was like sort of unfinished.
Like it wasn't like but it still wasn't like a whole bunch of songs he just put into the thing, right? Like the last 3 albums that he put out. It felt like a proper story with like
and what were your favorite features?
Oh man, okay, so I have a list. I think I think the first one has to be Jail with Francis and the Lights and Jay-Z. I think it was pretty like it was good of him, like crafty of him to put that song first to start off the album. I think that set the mood for the whole album. It's got like this beautiful production by like Francis and the Lights, and like it doesn't have a drum beat, even though it's supposed to have a drum beat. Like you can hear the drum beat at the end, where like, and I think someone made a video about it, where like there's no drum beat. If you listen to it, and then you listen to the last bit of it, they put the drum beat at the end. It's this thing he's been trying out with like Jesus is King as well, like where it's just vocals and the beat. And at the end, he puts like he puts the drum beat at the end, right? And this one guy made a video about it, and he sampled the drum beat and he put it throughout the whole song. And it's like that's the beat. It's almost as if he like left out that beat. If you like listen to it again, but I think
so he vocalized the beat through it, like he just cut it up.
Yeah, kind of. I'm no expert in like this, I guess, but yeah, it's kind of what happened. I think Jay-Z.
There's a cool thing you can do. Okay, so you saw the part 2 songs. Yeah. You cue it together, and it just continues.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Jay-Z's verse was great. I think it's probably one of my favorite verses of his.
Did you like his one over the baby's one?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think it was like pretty weird of him to include the baby anyway. Like just for all that, like he caused all that controversy just to get him on like this thing, and like
but
wasn't like honestly
on his Instagram he was like the baby voted for him publicly or something.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's why
it's honestly like that whole thing, like bringing out Barry Manson and the baby and like putting them on the album. It's a very Kanye thing to do, honestly. But like, is it pushing it a bit? I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's you begin to question like art from artists and all that stuff. But then like you just focus on like the creative side of it. And then Off the Grid, I think probably one of Kanye's best songs, personally. It's got like 5 Year Foreign and this really good drill beat.
Was Travis Scott in
it? No, it's got 5 Year Foreign and what's his name?
Wait, which is the one with Travis Scott?
Travis Scott is in. It's hard because like none of them have the actual features.
Okay. It's Playboy Cardi is in it. Okay.
Yeah. Playboy Cardi is in Off the Grid, but I think Playboy Cardi's verse is good, but I think 5 Year Foreign like carried that whole song, and
I was. Speaking about drill beat thing, I was actually thinking that this would be a sick drill song.
Yeah, that's it. It's a drill song, right? It's a perfect drill. So it's got like this crazy drill beat going, and I'm like, I'm gonna vibe with this the whole time. Hurricane was good with The Weeknd.
Bro, we heard the sample at when he was doing like the hearing thing, and you heard like 10 seconds of it, like through leaked footage, and you just hear it now in HD, and you're like, oh my god. Beautiful.
I definitely need to listen. I've listened to this like two and a half times, maybe. The third time I haven't like properly listened to it, just like picked here and there. So I probably had to give it another full listen to like really appreciate it. But like overall, I think it was like a pretty personal project. Brought out a lot of emotion in him. And like
out of 10, what would you give it?
I don't know, man. Like a 7.5, maybe. It's definitely not my favorite Kanye project.
Obviously.
Probably not even top 3 or 4.
But it's nice to see him like, you know.
Yeah, it's good to see him move away from that. Like there's still like some hindrances of like what he was going through and all that. Like, and that's good. Like, but it's almost like a small reflection of what he did, and that's good. And you can definitely see like underlying tones of graduation and college dropout and all that, because he got like he got a few things going there, and then it's kind of good. And like I did enjoy it.
Yeah, and I think he put so much effort into it because, you know, he tried to dedicate this after his mom, so he like really went into it.
Yeah, like overall, like I think that kind of like what saves it in the end. Like, like because he made, I guess you could say it was worth the hype. I guess eventually.
I know the thing is, I feel like it doesn't like go over the expectations, but it just touches, like it meets of meets what people were.
That's perfectly put, I think. Yeah,
like put. I like personally, I think I'd give it like a 7 or 8. Like
it's around glad we agree on that. Hopefully this week he makes.
The one with the choir is the song with the choir is 24. I was trying to find it.
Oh, 24. And he keeps saying job's not done because he's trying to dedicate it to Kobe. I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, mate. I think
but also about the presidential election. So
you think he's
2024? Wow. I think there's a whole bunch of like double entendre there. So I am not sure what he actually means. I probably need to give it a few more listens, like especially that song.
That's gonna be like there's like some hints in this. I don't know. Also, I'd like to add in off the grid. Okay, he has a bar with Messi himself. So I put that out there.
Yeah, so I put that out there. It's perfect mixing up with this episode. I feel like we came full circle there.
Yeah, it was, meant to be, man.
Yeah. All right. I think that's probably all we have time for. I think we got a really good discussion going, and got some really good stuff, especially with Donda and stuff.
I was so happy to do this, man. It was great.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for joining and like opening up about this whole situation with Messi and like going rolling back the years, bringing out back the memories, and
the whole roller coaster.
Yeah, man, it's great. It was great. It was a really good episode and like a really good conversation at least to have.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, I think we should probably say bye to everyone who's listening, and we hope to see you again. We hope to see you again, Wesley, sometime soon in a new episode. All right,
I will be there. Don't.
Just like Messi.
Yep, just there we go. There we go.
All right. See you guys.